It's been over 100 days since the bombardment of Gaza had started. More than 65,000 tons of bombs have been dropped in the small area, which is more than 3 times the power of the nuclear bomb that was dropped in Hiroshima. This bombardment has been the worst in the 21st century. More than 250 deaths per day in such a small area, and majority of them women and children. Hi everybody. I want to talk about what's going on in Gaza right now, what has been happening for the past 100 days, how they have been suffering. Let me start with some numbers. More than 30,000 people have been killed in the past 100 days, of which majority are children and women. More than 12,000 children have been killed and more than 6,000 women have been killed. Around 2 million people have been displaced internally within Gaza. That is, they had to leave their homes to go somewhere else. 61,000 have been reported to be injured, around more than 100 journalists killed, around 70,000 homes fully destroyed, and 187,000 homes partially destroyed. There are more numbers over here that you can pause and go through. This shows the scale of destruction that is going on over here. Remember that Gaza is a very small area, and this level of destruction is highly disproportionate for such a small area. Even if it is collateral damage, this doesn't make sense to be called as collateral damage. So one thing I want to talk about is the situation of the people who are alive in Gaza right now. So they are in a constant fear of being bombed. They don't have their homes. They have to live somewhere else. They don't have proper water. They don't have proper food. People are struggling to get food. Aid is not being let through into Gaza. Only limited amount of food and water is being let through. And there is no proper electricity, no proper sanitation, etc. These lead to even more deaths over the long term that is not directly reported. I want to talk about some other points as well. So there are some claims being made in the media that, especially since the South African government has taken Israel to the international court for the case of genocide, that over the years the population of Gaza has increased. Why do you call this genocide? Why do you call that Israel is oppressing the people of Gaza? And this graph is shown to justify the claim. But it's a false claim. People from all over Palestine were displaced and they were forcibly moved into Gaza. That's the primary reason for the increase in population in Gaza. This point is grossly ignored when reporting such claims that population has increased. Truly, the resistance is justified. True peace can only exist when there is justice. As Nelson Mandela has put it in his talk,
choose peace rather than confrontation, except in cases where we cannot proceed, where we cannot move forward. Then, if the only alternative is violence, we will use violence.
there's also rhetoric coming out from Israeli media people, Israeli politicians about genocidal talks, about war crimes being okay.
חס וחלילה, פשעי מלחמה זה אני, אתה רגל על הגב. פשעי מלחמה זה אני מודה, אני אגיד את זה פה, לא אכפת לי שירדו עליי, אוספים פה חומרים. אני לא נרדם טוב בלי שאני רואה בתים קורסים בעזה. מה אני אעשה? עוד בתים, עוד מגדלים, שלא יהיה להם לאן לחזור. אגב, בתקופת התנ"ך גם היו זורים את האדמה במלח. הם צריכים לזכור עם עמלק. הם צריכים לזכור את זה להרבה מאוד זמן. אי אפשר להגיע לאיזה הסדר מיד. סליחה, זה רק אני. זה פשע מלחמה.
This is truly heinous. Like, this shows what their true intentions are, what's instilled in them deep within the heart, what they truly want to happen. It's not about Hamas or getting rid of the terrorists. It's about cleansing out Gaza to make space for Israeli settlers to occupy the land and to move the people out or to get rid of them. So another thing I want to talk about is the people of Yemen. Yemen has not killed a single person till now. Their only objective is to put economic pressure on Israel, to stop the ships that are going to Israel or linked to Israel in some way. And for these actions, US and UK have attacked Yemen, which is very strange if you think about it. So what is Yemen asking? Yemen is asking for the killing of innocents to stop, the killing of innocent civilians. And the irony is that they are being attacked for taking actions for this, rather than stopping the killing of innocents. I want to end with this video about an Israeli spokesperson talking to an Israeli channel about what's driving this resistance. And
יש פסוק בקוראן שאומר, אין אללה מע הסאבירים. אללה הוא עם בעלי היכולת לסבול לאורך זמן. תבין, סבר, אין לנו מילה כזאת בעברית, כי אין לנו מושג כזה בעברית.
זאת אומרת שבעצם הפנטזיה הישראלית שאולי נגיע זה נקודת שבירה של החמאס, שבה החמאס פשוט באמת או ייכנע או יקרוץ לתוך עצמו, זו פנטזיה ישראלית שאינה לבין המציאות קשר.
הם חיים בתוך הבועה הישראלית. הם חיים למען אללה. אללה איתם. אצלם אללה הוא השחקן העיקרי במשחק, אם הוא לא השחקן היחיד. אצלנו הקדוש ברוך הוא, אם הוא בכלל במגרש, הוא שחקן ספסל.
it truly touched my heart, and I was surprised that this came from an Israeli person talking about Palestinians and how their struggle is and what is giving them the drive. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.